Yeah.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Apparently this is how kangaroo sex works. It's like two vaginas.
Oh, have you seen a turtle come before? That is so funny.
Oh, so stop.
Whatever, she was drunk and like he kind of like was like, oh, like come on, let's like do something, and kind of like just like slightly kind of pushed down, like then she went for it, whatever, and then like they had sex, whatever, and the next morning, he's like, I want to have your baby, so she thinks she might be pregnant. In order for her family and like society to like respect it, like instead of her just getting a random birth, or what's it called?
Like, we haven't done anything that's relevant to this project.
Dude, just keep them all open. Just like just kind of.
Alright, you think, alright.
That's the most informal way you can possibly do this shit.
Dude.
Try to push out your stomach and make them fucking like. Yeah.
Show off your nipples a little bit. A little bit more nip. A little bit more on the other side. You can't just have one nipple because then the girls would just be like, okay, that's even more sexual. Never mind.
Sorry, dude. Like, I just can't help it. You filming this shit?
Sorry, I just can't help it.
Went into T Nasty, talked with Sean and Nick and Matt and others, and we just talked about whatever we wanted to because we're in a casual setting, and obviously we didn't talk about things that were super politically correct.
Yeah, a lot of it was casual, good slang within the conversation. Linguistically, they use informal language. They
Right, like talking about turtle cum and kangaroo sex.
Kangaroo sex. That was shiny.
Yeah, not to call you out.
Yeah. Then we went over to body image and talking about clothes and how we perceive others differently depending on their clothes or their linguistic language use.
Right, as you saw me unbutton my shirt and show my nipples, you probably perceive me quite differently with my nipples out.
What do you think about
Obamacare? The policies are a little weak in the sense that the changes that are occurring don't really go hand in hand with what we need.
I definitely agree with you.
You know what I mean, Matt?
I know what you mean.
And with the whole website flaws.
Oh, website clause?
But perhaps entire Obamacare is just a giant flaw.
It's very true. It's a possibility. I mean,
All right.
Matt, what do you think about it?
I think Obamacare is the opposite of what this country needs. This country needs a free market economy where everything is controlled by businesses and not the government.
Then we went over to the library, and then we filmed our friends talking in the library and showed how, depending on where you are, you talk differently and use different types of words and different types of slang depending on the setting. So in the library they're quiet.
You talk about different things. Like, you're not going to talk about, well, generally you're not going to talk about turtle sex.
Turtle sex, right?
No,
We were talking about
library.
politics. It wasn't as maybe formal. It wasn't the most formal conversation about politics, but it was pretty casual, and they used slang within their speech.
The way it works is different cliques, as you would call them, were different shit.
So like
You can easily tell.
uniform people together.
Yeah, you can easily stereotype people into groups by what they wear.
Yeah, I think it ties into prejudices and stereotypes from cliques, what he said.
do you think the same thing could be said for the way people talk?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You think
You can tell where someone's from by the way they speak.
and by the way they dress,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
accents.
They're just all around. There's just different.
clothes and language affects like how we see people, right?
Mhm.
How they're perceived.
All of it's
Yeah.
cohesive.
Cohesive. Brett and Spencer also were talking about demographic linguistics, how depending on where you are in the world, you speak differently, look differently, and people perceive you differently.
Right, and also some accents might be more or less attractive to some people. Like for example, if you notice in the video, Nick is from New Jersey and he has a slight Jersey accent. So
And Matt was from San Diego, so there was a different linguistic conversation there. They had different slang words, but they still conversed and developed a relationship. And then Brett and Spencer ended up talking about how maybe someone in Asia or Africa have a different dialect or accent, so they might be less or more attractive. Do you trust people who wear similar clothes to you? Is it a coincidence that you two are both wearing a white t-shirt?
No.
No?
What is a coincidence? We didn't plan this. So we're like, hey, you wearing your white shirt today? I'm wearing mine too. Let's do it.
No, we did that.
So do you trust people who dress similarly?
I would say so. They're easier to trust because they're easier to get to know, and you build that connection faster than if they were not.
I think it's the same with language. If you
Definitely.
talk similar to someone else,
Definitely, yeah.
definitely. You find people, or girls or guys, more attractive if they dress in a similar fashion. Or
No, like I
different-
wouldn't want a girl dressing like me.
Well,
Yeah.
not like a man, but like culturally similar. Like they would probably wear skinny jeans and a black t-shirt, maybe mix it up.
Why are you?
The similar style of clothes, just a woman's version is what he's saying.
What about like the way they
Actually
talk?
retarded.
Like, is that like would you be more attracted to a girl that like uses the same lingo as you?
No.
Like, or something more.
Because I feel like there's more of like a male language compared to a female language. Like, I don't know.
But like
Like a lot of the words I use, I don't know. I feel like it would just
Like
be
across the
weird.
spectrum, yeah, because like you can understand where they come from.
yeah,
Specific words.
culturally, if they have a Spanish accent, like
Oh, it's hot.
Wouldn't
That's
trust
hot.
it.
That's hot.
Do you think foreign girls, their accents are hotter or less attractive?
I think they're attractive.
Is it better overall?
Oh man.
Depends what kind though. Like African accent, you think that's more
No.
attractive? No.
What about like
How about-
British?
How about Asian?
Yeah, British.
I'm talking all Europe.
Oh,
Nowhere,
Europe?
nowhere else really. Australia. Well, I would
Like,
definitely be down
put
for
this
Australia.
on, like just start straight up being racist.
I would definitely be down for some South American.
South America's hot. I like that.
Anywhere other than Africa and Asia, you're good.
What about Russian accent? You think like
Just a fucking girl with a
No way, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Elga.
Right. So we can conclude that in different situations or cultural zones, people use language differently, and we can
for better or worse, you know? Linguistics involves people's speech and perception of other people. So linguistics helps us develop relationships or separate relationships depending on how you perceive someone, good or bad.